Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And in this episode, it is time to make a little bit more progress in the game. One thing I'll mention right at the outset, because it is possibly going to affect my concentration, is that I am actually feeling pretty hungry right now. No, that's not a metaphor for anything, like I'm actually feeling hungry in real life. So what happened was, over the holidays, like many people do, I went a little bit overboard, ate a little bit too much, and specifically I got into some really bad habits of whenever I had free time in the middle of the day, I'd just start eating junk food. And that habit sort of over weeks got cemented, and now there are certain times during the day, such as right now during the afternoon, where my body has just gotten used to eating junk food. And I'm trying to break myself out of that. Now, obviously, even though the craving isn't real in the sense that your body doesn't really need to eat that junk food, nonetheless, the feeling is still physiologically real, right? So it does feel kind of annoying just sitting around and doing nothing and feeling hungry, but the best way I've found to deal with it is to find something interesting to do, like read a book, go for a walk, talk to somebody, get some chores done, distract yourself with something. And on this day in particular, I will distract myself for the next hour and a bit by playing some Siralim, and instantly I feel better, because now that I'm a little bit distracted, the feeling of even calling it hunger isn't really correct. The craving has subsided, because it was never a true signal of my body needing anything. It was just a holdover from some bad holiday habits, and I'm gonna actually use this game as a health tool to help me shed some of those bad habits, and maybe even shed a few pounds in the process. Actually, I don't care that much about my weight. I care more about just, getting into better eating and sleeping habits. So, and those two things kind of go hand in hand. If you eat at weird times during the day, it will affect you in other ways, including your sleep. Now, with that little health, that unsolicited bit of, health lecturing out of the way, let's get going with today's episode, and let us see what we got going on. Let's see our Rune of Prophecies. We only just started it. We got to do some candle enemies. We'll see about that. I'm sure we've already set a bounty with Nabudar, but let me just check. Yes, we have, and it's time for us to hop right in and see how things go. We got a nether boss right out of the gate. 427 is going to be a good bonus. Let's take that bonus into a random realm. Actually, did we need to kill? We needed to kill a dumpling. So actually, you know what we should do is, it is cloudy today. We should go to the arachnid nest and try and convince a dumpling to show up. And this is a trash realm, because enemies have a chance to resist damage. And already we got some nether stones. 239. I'm gonna try to remember that. I am gonna try to remember that. Alright boys. Right boys. What's our deal? We gotta kill the nether boss, of course. And because this realm is garbage, I'm not gonna be doing any, well, if I come across the candle quickly enough, I might do some candle killing. But it really is kind of trash in this realm. Do we need to do buried treasure? Yeah, 4 of them? Really? Oh, well, okay. We'll see what we can do about the buried treasures, but man, excuse me. What is wrong with what is wrong with these guys? Okay, well, that was a really dumb fight, but we got through it. And we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. Let's kill these guys, open up another couple of chests. Another trash nether stone, sure. Alright, let's grab that. That's done. That's good. Alright. Take out these dudes. And let's take out you. Oh, that's a trait. Disciple of War. And there's... Man, were there nether stones that I forgot to destroy? Man, oh, fuck off. I'm gonna have to... Because I've opened this page, they're gonna be... Hang on, let me favorite these guys. Oh, God. No, favoriting is gonna lock it. Favoriting is also gonna lock it. Oh, fuck. I've got my notepad open. Let me just... 180. Shit, dude. Gleaming Bauble 180. Oh, God. Gleaming Bauble 180. Shimmering Trinket 199. Jesus, dude. Oh, God. Glowing Orb to... Glowing Orb. And then there was a... Twinkling Ornament 239. Oh my God, okay. Well, all of this just because I wanted to look up what this does. Fucking useless, dude. What a troll, dude. We just got we just got trolled hard by the game. Not going to talk to that riddle dwarf because it's a waste of time. I'm just gonna go around, gonna pick up some stuff, and we're gonna go home. We're gonna get these riddle dwarves dealt with. I'll summon some people. So who do we need to kill? Lots of. We need to kill. We need to kill a good amount of sorcery creatures. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I'll summon 2 groups of. And we can do, I don't know, an occultist. And I'll summon some, I don't know, some chaos creatures. And we'll get a few kills, but I'm probably not going to try to... Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let me take a look. We also need to kill some death creatures, so I guess I might as well summon some death dudes. Well, that's unfortunate. Let me kill one of you. I guess it's not that slow fighting enemies here. So let's get this done. Let's get this done, boys. Get the Forsaken Bone Scraperer. Alright. Let's get this finished, boys. Alright, Lloyd. Thank you kindly. Man, stop it. Stop it. Stop. Oh my God, stop. Please stop, dude. Please stop. Just stop giving me... Oh my god, stop giving me nether stones. There's way too many nether stones, man. This... Oh god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Please. Please. Oh. Oh. Anyway. Let's get some, I don't know. Do we need any life creatures? I don't know. We'll get some of these guys, and then we'll oh, dude, so many nether stones. What am I gonna do with all this shit? Oh god. Okay. Just calm down. Just everybody just clam down. And I think pretty soon we should be hitting the criterion. Yep, there we go. We can leave. I guess let me hit this. And let's leave. Let's not get into any other fights. Okay. Alright, boys. We gotta see. So 180, 199, 214, 239. So 199, and then what? 214, 239. Oh god, why do I keep going out of the screen? This is not working for me, brother. This is what? I locked this because of a void flare, I guess. I don't know. I don't even remember what void flare does. But okay, there's a couple more. They're both in the 300s. So 306. And then that's just a bunch of garbage. Okay. I think it was 329. 320. What? Am I? Oh god, what was it, man? It was it? Okay, it was this guy, 326. No, 326, not 329. I assume. I'm just gonna assume that was the one. Whatever. I'm done. We're moving on. We're gonna go to the arachnid nest just to make sure we get this dumpling. Because it would be annoying to get to the end of this Rune of Prophecies and then it transpiring that a dumpling never showed up. So, you know, just oh god, I'm sorry, just adjusting my chair a little bit, just trying to, you know, dot all my I's and cross all my T's. I think I said that in the right way around. All right. Okay. All right. Now I feel a little bit more situated, having gotten that nether stone maintenance out of the way. Please. Oh god. I mean, that's interesting, but I feel like there are better. I mean, I'll lock it. I feel like there are better ways to gain your health back, or, you know, ideally you would not need to gain health at all, right? you would make it so that you just don't take damage. That's like why? Oh, what did he summon? I think he summoned a treasure golem. Yeah, okay. Mimics can only summon if they summon something. Then it was a treasure golem. If they summon something, then it was a treasure golem. I don't know if mimics can also summon dumplings. I don't think they can. I might be wrong about that. There's tons in this game that I just will probably forget. Like, you know, even tons of basic information. Anyway, let's fuck off, dude. What's wrong with these guys, man? Okay, well, they're dead now. Okay, that's done. Okay, at least that was a low level one. Ooh, and we're actually hitting level 90 with our mastery and with a lot of these guys. Please stop. You gave me gratitude. You did not give me a dumpling. However, I've got to remind myself that it isn't just the cocoons. It's also the green pools of ichor that can spawn dumplings. So I don't know if we've used up all of those. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, game. Why doesn't this connect? How does that make any sense, dude? Come on. Game? What the fuck is this last scroll? Fuck off all the way. Okay. Let's just hope this treasure golem stays out of my way. Okay, boys. Let's keep things under control. All right. Is there any reason to head back? Not really. We're just gonna stay in the arachnid nest until we get this dumpling. $384. This is gonna be pretty good. One thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get sick of this music pretty quickly, because anytime. Why you stop giving me treasure golems, man? Just give me a dumpling, dude. Stop the nonsense. Would love some dumplings in real life, actually. I guess I lied when I said that I wasn't hungry anymore. Because, listen, bad habits don't die easily. So, the moment I'm actively reminded of food, obviously I'm gonna start feeling hungry again, right? That's outside of my control, and unfortunately there's a few food-themed enemies in this game, right? I guess really just one, the dumplings, but you know, still. All right. So there is about 20% chance per realm to spawn a dumpling from the objects. Then there's an extra chance to have a dumpling just naturally be in the realm. Then, if you interact with a Pandemonium Shrine, there's a small chance that it will summon a dumpling. So theoretically, chances shouldn't be bad to find a dumpling in this area. We're just getting fucked off. What's wrong with these guys? Oh, attack. Fuck off, dude. Attack 7 times and on the top of the fucking timeline, dude. Get out of my face. All right. All right, boys. Let's keep our composure. Raid mission is something I'll hand in. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make. Have we explored everything? Let me just quickly. Oh god, I do not want to. Oh, I don't. Oh god. Let's just take a look here. Oh, there's another favor echo, and there's another buried treasure. Oh my god. Oh, well, okay. We gotta destroy this, but this is a double trait. Gulper and Velox and health. Gulper and Velox and health. Health is good, because it's not only survivability, but in our build it also equals more damage. What is this? Interesting. Interesting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock and favorite this. And we'll give it to... So we have one... creature who does not have a another stone socketed into their artifact, and that is actually Frighten. Doesn't even have a spell slot. We're not really using spell slots that much, because maybe I should be using spell slots and just like put Clayman as my spell. Wouldn't be a bad idea, but ooh, you know, before I leave, I should definitely hit that treasure. The problem with spell slots is that you can't rely on them to go off when you need them. It's generally a chance-based thing. Unless we need to do Keyforge missions, which we don't, I'm just gonna start another... Man, what? Oh, why? I didn't start a... Fuck off, I didn't start a forage! Oh, what am I doing? I am... Well, I think I had 397 and I ruined it, but that's okay. We're just farming clicks at this point to try and get the easy mode achievement. So even if we botch it, like, I don't care about the loot bonus, right? I don't care about the loot bonus. I'm just farming clicks. And I will keep doing this until... $432. But before we jump in, there was something we had to do, right? There was another stone. 269, and I think that's the only one. I mean, this one also gives a decent amount of health, but nah, nothing else. Man, why isn't this dumpling showing up? You're a champion, so you suck. You suck horribly. God, man, we're gonna spend this entire episode in the arachnid nest, aren't we? Jeez, just give me a... Give me a... dumpling, dude. Come on. Come on. Let's kill you. Kill you. Yep. We're gonna be gaining so many levels with these guys. I'm actually curious to see if... Probably not, but I am curious to see if anything else happens. I didn't want to go to that spider shrine, because it's gonna spawn more enemies, and I don't want to fight more enemies. But I'm curious to see if anything special happens if you hit rank 100 with any of the masters. Like, maybe even if just the icon changes in the mastery screen. Because the higher your mastery gets, beyond certain thresholds, like I think 10, 25, 50, the icon changes, and I'll show you what I mean just after this fight. So you go into character mastery, and you look at the masters, you'll see, okay, so the ones from the arachnid nest, they have stars next to them, and you can maybe the star is just the final form, but even the ones that don't have stars, they don't all have the same icon, because once you go past 20, it starts looking different, right? So we don't have any that are very low, but when you are below 10, I think they look different than this. But yeah, so yeah, if nothing else, it'll be interesting to see if the icon changes, even though my suspicion is probably not. Probably not, but this is good though, because we do need to find some treasure. Man, this dumpling. Whoa! He did it. He did it. Well, that was a relief. Now we can just go about things as normal and just generally have a nice, relaxed time. All right, come on, let's move. Oh yeah, we have to actually pick up the buried treasure. It's not enough to just collect the map. The game, I mean, I'm gonna keep saying this every single time, because it's never gonna stop being true. The same way the game reminds you when you finish a false god bounty, it puts an icon in the lower left, indicating that you haven't set your new bounty yet. The same way the game reminds you if you have a rune of prophecy that's ready to hand in, or a project that's ready to hand in. The game should also tell you if you're in a realm and if you've picked up the treasure map but you haven't collected the treasure yet. Because it's really easy to forget. Really easy. Do we care about handing in a training mission? I guess we kinda do. I guess kinda we do. I guess kinda. Oop, let me start a new one. I still don't have enough for that. Let me. What training did we finish? Speed. Attack. And we're just gonna be cycling in that order. Hang on, my earphone popped out. Just gotta pop that back in. Alright, let's get things going. Alright. We don't need to do the arachnid nest anymore. We're just gonna be going back to random realms. We're silenced in this realm, but our mimics should be sheltered from that, or at least they'll have a resisted silence. which is all we really need here. That part of our build is still functional. That's good to know. Right, duplicate cards. Speaking of duplicate cards, one thing I haven't done is I haven't checked my card album to see just how many we have. Yeah, we're looking. We've got 5 Amphisbaena chefs. Yeah, so there's gonna be, because of the randomness of it, there's gonna be a few that we're gonna have tons of, and then others where we still just only have the. Man, please stop giving me nether stone. I didn't. I knew it was 238, and it went away very quickly, but I don't think it had a trait. We care about, yeah, I guess we do care about you. Oh, hey, it's the, hang on a second. Do you not need to have a full party of dumplings to fight the King Dumpling? Is it enough to just have... Is it enough to just have 3 regular dumplings? Is that enough? Huh. So, vegetable dumpling and King Dumpling. We can get another one of those. Unspeakable Sins. Nether... Huh. Did it... Maybe, like, either the game changed, or maybe you never needed dumplings in your party, or like a full dumpling party. Because clearly, we have half of our party, in fact, that are non-dumpling creatures. So maybe you don't need to have a full dumpling party, or maybe you don't even need dumplings at all. Maybe that was just never a... Maybe that was never a requirement. Or maybe the game suggests that it's a requirement based on the, like the flavor dialogue from the King Dumpling. And it wasn't an actual scripted requirement. That's possible. Or maybe it used to be a requirement and got changed to make this rare encounter more accessible to people. I'd be cool with that as well, because finding this guy was a major pain, even though it happened long ago now. It was a major it was a whole ordeal back in the day, and some people enjoyed it. Other people unfortunately weren't as lucky as I was in terms of how quickly the King Dumpling spawned. So, you know, maybe that's the reason, who knows. If you know, and if you have a confirmed, documented answer, then feel free to enlighten me and everybody else watching. Alright, are we done? No, we still have a master to fight. But are you, master? Where are you, master? Alright, spell main master. Alright, that's the realm quest done. Is there a reason to head back? Yes, there is a reason. Because I think we have a nether stone that needs dealing with. Hang on, let me just get this done. It's 238, and it didn't have a trait, as I suspected. Are there any others? I think that's the only one. Alright. 238. Rat boys. Let's get back into it. Zen Pound. Let's do it. Getting some good reroll action going. Oh, I had 391 and I botched it, but you know what? In the immortal words of Bob Ross, that wasn't a... Botches on these rerolls aren't mistakes anymore, they're happy accidents. They are, like that one, they are just opportunities to get even more rerolls done for the easy mode achievement. That said, let's not have too many more happy accidents. I also did mention at the start of the video that my concentration might be affected by, you know, real or perceived, you know, hunger, you know, so that might account for why I am a little bit off the mark on this. Well, at least we got some really good re-rolling done. But I really should slow down. Oh man, I had 350. What am I doing, dude? I need to... 403, finally. Finally, we're running... I should have checked this earlier. We are running all of our projects. Alright. And since we don't need to fight it... What? And since we don't need to fight a treasure golem, I'm not going to touch these treasure piles. I'm gonna avoid extra combat as well. Because the fuck up. Because, yeah, exactly, because of this. Because the chance to resist damage is just nonsense. It's garbage nonsense, and the less I have to deal with it, the better. Oh my god, stop. Thank you. Allows a quick realm, but we're not done. We need to find the master and any other points of interest. Yeah, get that done. Avoid combat. Competent Hell Knight 8. Getting some nice progress there as well. Alright, going down. Don't care about you. And that was a weird offshoot room down there, but whatever. Alright, let's hit you. Take out another couple of couple of gems, couple of chests. And let's move on. Yeah, my concentration definitely is being affected. I was doing fine until the whole dumpling thing, and that genuinely did, like, instantly bring the hunger sensation back. And ooh, look at this. We got a treasure to find, which is possibly going to be our final treasure for this Rune of Prophecies, and if so, good. I should probably also stop talking to the civilians that give you treasure, but it can be hard to tell who's a... In this case, I knew, right? Because I know the Like, I could tell he wasn't any of the masters, and certainly not one of the masters of this realm. Like, I could tell that much. But, but he was not really a, someone who we needed to interact with. Other than if we want treasure, which we kind of are getting to the point where we're gonna want to start avoiding treasure. All right, Nebadar, and we'll take this fight into a random realm. Did I collect that buried treasure? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good. I've been really paranoid recently about leaving buried treasures uncollected. It's something I have done occasionally, and it's frustrating when it happens just because it does feel like the game really should help you out a little bit. So what's wrong with this? Less damage taken and no additional attacks or casts is a bit of a problem. Prophecy lines are getting completed. Yeah, and we don't like big chests because they don't count for the chest achievement, which is certainly a huge oversight. Only regular chests count, and even then, sometimes they don't count depending on where you found them. Because in Nether encounters, it seems like sometimes when you open chests, it counts. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's only something that we're gonna have to worry about while we still have this achievement hanging over us, and with each passing episode we get closer to just wrapping it up. We're good. Alright. Well, we cannot do this. Because we cannot make the boss immune to the only source of damage we have left against him. I feel like the game really should not even offer you the option. I mean, I get that if you absent-mindedly chose all of them, then you kind of deserve it. But like, what if you misclicked, right? What if you were trying to select something else and you just misclicked, and then you accidentally selected the thing that makes the boss immune to your last remaining source of damage, right? I feel like that probably has happened to people, like at least once. It hasn't happened to me. The only time I've done that, it was deliberate. It was me testing to see how the game works. Oh, hey, Mimic Master. One thing that bugs me, why are enemy mimics always on top? That's dumb, dude. Oh my god, stop it! Mimic Mastery of 29, alright, that's decent. It's very decent. Alright. Nice start. We can just provoke, I guess. And that was easy. Right, Nebadar. Right. You have only two traits left for us. Immune to Scorn seems fine, I guess. Keeping Treasure gives us almost 7,000 life guild reputation. And I am happy with that. And we don't care about the goblet? No, we don't. No, we do not. Alright. Alright. Alright, we gotta head home, set a new bounty, and move on to the next one. Yeah, head back home. We're gonna not hand in the Goblet of Trials, we'll hold on to it. And we'll do a bounty against... I'm actually gonna do Lost Construct. Feels like I haven't seen that dude in a while. And now we're gonna go deeper into these realms. Well, we can't take any projects, that's fine. Yeah, I gotta concentrate. Alright, there we go. Oh, but they have a chance to resist damage. Okay. Well, this guy's gonna give us a bunch of treasure, which we don't really need. But I guess we got another encounter out of it. That's nice. We gotta kill Ossayans. RP Torturer. Duplicate card. Why not? More. What are they? Hang on. What are they fused with that's causing them to do this stuff? Oh, this is a bad realm. I wanna be out of here, like right now. Luckily, all of our quest objectives are clumped together nicely for us. Alright, boys. Man stuff. $334 though, I will have to get rid of that. Alright. Take out the Gargantuan and the Time Walk working wonders there. Because the sturdy Gargantuans, the way they work is that they have a kind of pseudo damage reduction where if you try and hit them, or like any source of damage that's coming towards them, they will only take 10% of the damage. But the 90% that they didn't take, it isn't just gone, it is deferred until the next turn. So what you can do is you can cast a spell on them, in this case the spell is Time Walk, which simulates another turn being added to this creature. And then, you know, among other things, like any other on-turn effects I think would probably happen, but among other things it would also mean that they will then take all of that damage that they had been deferring up until that point. Alright, people. Let's keep on moving. I guess one other reason, going on a complete tangent, one other reason I'm probably feeling a little hungrier, like maybe even actually hungry, is because I did just work out. Like I went through my entire workout routine. So Uh, not that you should, like, not that that by itself should instantly make you hungry, but probably over time, if you've had a good exercise session, then you'll wanna eat to replenish your energy reserves. But you gotta head home because I think we picked up some trash that needs taking out. Alright. So 295 is a trait called Outgrow. That seems kind of dumb. And then 334 just needs to be destroyed. Alright, 20,000. More piety. I'm running all our projects, that's great. Alright. This is taking a while, but you know what? We don't mind. That means more clicks for the achievement progress. Or, you know, I'm not really clicking, I guess. It's more button presses, but, you know, clicks is the, I think, the generic term for when you're interacting with some button-type object that produces some effect on some sort of electronic device with a screen. Oh, 393 is gonna be good. Alright, boys. We do want to do the mini quest in this round. The fuck is... hang on. Less damage dealt? Motherfuck. Oh, come on, dude. Less damage dealt. Less damage dealt, less damage taken, and less indirect. Fuck this round. Oh. I'm not getting into any optional combat in this round. Oh, God. Oh, ugh, ugh. This is like actually the worst. Oh God, stop giving me stuff. My God, dude, stop doing stuff. Oh my God, this mimic is like a full-on boss fight. Alright, come on, people. To the Siren Master. What a horrible round this... Oh, God. What a miserable round this is meant. I should just... Well, I don't know if this... I don't know if this has ever happened before. I don't know if I've ever had a... 2 cards drop in the same battle. So I'm actually gonna screenshot this and maybe that'll be the thing I put in the thumbnail, unless it's either gonna be that or it's gonna be the Pumpkin King. I feel like the Pumpkin King thing is a more, if you had to pick one, it's more pressing because it might actually be like useful information for people trying to find the Pumpkin King. The fact that you can stumble into him with a party that has only 3 regular mimics in it. So I might go with the Pumpkin King over that, but I mean, it's still fun seeing multiple card drops happen. If only that could have happened while we were still collecting our card album initially, it would have felt so nice and special, but oh well, you know. Even having it happen right now, it still looks nice. It's still, you know, permanent stat boosts. And I think we got a life card and a death card, which are the main stats that we want to boost, because life obviously boosts health, death boosts defense. Those are the stats that are most valuable to me. Where the hell is... the fuck is the exit, dude? Excuse me? Oh, sorry. I don't know how I missed that. Maybe it was too close to me. Maybe that's the problem. All right. What do I want to start? I don't know, man. Just do a raid mission, I guess. There's something I had to destroy. I think it was rarity 274. Yeah? Is there anything else? No. Let's get this done. Alright, boys. Getting close to the end. Looks like the RNG is in one of those moods where it wants to send you to the same realm over and over again. But at least this time the realm isn't garbage, right? Same realm, very different realm properties. Once again, we would like to complete the mini quest if we can, which we always can. The only question is, do you want to spend enough time in the realm to do it? Alright, so this is going to be our final nether realm. I'm not even going to get into any of this combat, because all it gives you is either some fights against bone-themed creatures, or it gives you treasure. And I neither want to get into extra fights, nor do I want to get extra treasure from anything that isn't a chest. Even when I open a chest, I wish I could get credit for opening the chest without actually taking the treasure, but I don't think the game allows that. So we will still be accruing quite a bit of treasure along the way. You are the Sparktail Master. You're dead, son. Alright. And I would like to do the mini quest because I think it gives you favor. Alright. Nothing there. There's one of those shells. Please stop. Alright, another duplicate card. Let me also just quickly take a look at progress on the Forge mission. 4 more missions will finish that. Sorry, yeah, 4 more realms will finish that. How far are we from the bounty? 62. We are on 59. So 3 more, and then we'll do. Yeah, I guess. I guess we won't be handing in any Runes of Prophecies in this episode. Just because we're waiting on... Had I done this better, we would have not been in this situation, but I messed up by not starting the projects that I needed, and then God. Speaking of not doing what I needed to... I forgot it. I didn't realize that I had to kill this thing. I mean, I did, but then I just walked right past it. So whatever. That's done. Alright. New realm. Another boss, Phobos. Oh, I had 356. I need to slow down. I need to really slow down, dude. Okay, I'm quiet because I'm concentrating hard. There we go. There we go. All right, boys. Let's get this done. We gotta take out the Nether boss, and of course, any other interesting things. Fucking hell, dude. 35. Whatever. Oh, and isn't Phobos a piece of garbage? Isn't Phobos like a horrible guy? Isn't he one of those that wastes a ton of your time? I'm trying to remember how the Phobos fight goes. I remember being very annoyed by Phobos in the past. 225, alright. We'll have to, okay, please stop. We'll have to destroy the this nether stone as well. Alright. Oh. I guess that was a... We still had a an objective for killing like creatures at some... Fuck off, dude. Stop it. That was annoying as predicted. Alright. Okay, there's way too many nether stones. Way too many nether stones. Also, let me take a look at my projects. Okay, this is about to be ready to hand in. Forge is actually only gonna take 2 more missions. So maybe this is gonna be a nick of time situation. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. Stop it. Don't care about riddle dwarves. Man. Stop it. Game. Oh my god. What do you... Why isn't fermented hops working on these guys, dude? Why? Less damage taken? Like, is it the combination of less damage taken and extra defense? So that our main attack simply isn't doing any damage to them at all, and then the one, you know, extra attack, the Star Pact, which is meant to be just a failsafe thing. Oh god, too many dumpling related things are happening in this episode. I don't need to be reminded of food right now, man. Stop. Oh wait, hang on. So the Dumpling Master has the King Dumpling in his party? So wouldn't you just get the bestiary entry from just fighting the Dumpling Master? Like, you wouldn't be able to summon him, but you'd have the bestiary entry, right? Am I interpreting that correctly, or maybe I'm just... Oh, no. You'd get the bestiary entry, but to get the achievement, you do need to actually summon the King Dumpling. It's not enough. It's not enough to just get the bestiary entry, right? Right. That's how it works. Please stop giving me nether stones, dude. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I think we're done mostly with this realm. Not gonna get into any extra fights. We have to... God, there's gonna be so many of these stones to get rid of. 180... 225, 246. But that's not all of them. There's also 258. And hopefully that's the last one. Yeah. Alright. Right. Okay. This is our second to last realm. I had 363. I had 352. I need to really lock in, man, because oh man, like, I swear, like, obviously this is all random, right? The game is not sentient, but it does feel like we've had an excessive amount of dumpling-related goings on in this episode, right? Because the King Dumpling... Well, first of all, the Dumpling Master is... Well, let's start in order. The game started by asking us to find a dumpling in, one of the realms, and then we eventually did. That's not that uncommon, but it doesn't happen every single time. It's only once in a while that you're gonna have to hunt down a dumpling for the Rune of Prophecies. Fine. So that happened. Okay. Then just now we found the dumpling master, who is one of the, I think there's 5 of them, one of the 5 rare masters in the game who don't spawn normally, and they only spawn very occasionally. And when they do spawn, the game, I don't even think the game cycles through them predictably. I think the game can be pretty random in terms of which rare master it spawns. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me and let me know what the formula is for which master gets spawned. But regardless, it is a rare master that's only going to be spawned when whenever the game internally decides that, okay, now it's time to give the player another rare master, right? So already that is a rare encounter. And then prior to that, we ran into the King Dumpling, which is one of the, if not the single rarest encounters in the whole game. Probably the rarest encounter in the whole game. At least that's how it felt. Maybe it's been changed to make it easier to get. But in my mind, it's still, a super, super rare encounter, which is why I was certainly not expecting to run into it in this round. Assassination ready to hand in. Smash a few more of those. Let's go down here. Let's go down here. Let's go in here. Let's open up another couple of chests. And then let's get ready to do the final episode. Sorry, the final realm, and then wrap up this episode. Alright, we don't care about we don't care about any of these guys. Alright. So I think we're still on page 32. Got a whole other... We did the Forsakens, and now we got to do all of these Fiends. We did the Thrasher, and now I got to do the Mauler. And let me just quickly check my projects, just to make sure we are on pace to complete the Forge mission. I think... excuse me. I think we should be fine. 356. Do I have any nether stones to throw away? No, I don't. Alright. Well, let's get this. Let's get this done. Take this into a random realm. Alright. Start collecting some of these runes. Cannot make you immune to indirect damage. I will give you more health. You can take 10 buffs. See how much I care about that. Alright. The quicker we can do this, the better. I'll start you at the top of the timeline, just because I'm feeling a little brave. Probably not the smart thing to do. In fact, I'm immediately regretting that. Why did I do that? I even gave him a bunch of buffs. Oh god. I'm just the worst, man. I'll make him immune to attack damage. I'm not gonna give myself a bunch of debuffs and have him start at the top, because that's too risque. I mean, even in our current state, I feel like there's... Oh, why did I do this? Oh, I shouldn't have... I was gonna say, even in our current state, there's only a very small chance that we'll win. One thing that would have helped us, because he's blighted, is if he had the healing every turn. But he doesn't. So, we can't cheese him to death. All we have to do is hope that we can somehow survive the first 6 or so actions of this boss fight. And he does have a few instant kill things as well. Speaking of dumplings, there's another one. He does have some instant kill shenanigans as well, so not the brightest move to put this boss in particular on top of the timeline. No, sir. No, sir. Well, that fight could have been really annoying. Should be glad that it ended as quickly as it did. You are the master, the marionette master, who we've only killed 10 times, and now we've made it 11. Alright. And we put a bunch of debuffs on him. Oh, I did not want to get into combat with you, but whatever, I guess. Well, there's nothing left to do except probably die. So let's see how this goes. Well, we somehow survived, so you can provoke. Fuck off, dude. Okay, that helps. Let me, wormhole... Ooh, ooh, ooh. You? No, okay. Well, you know what? At least we got through there. And we won. And I can collect... I'm just gonna take whatever's at the top, because I'm not that keen on having to read a bunch. Keeping treasure gives us more garbage that we're gonna have to clean up. And 6,600 nature... Oh! Why did I went for the nature guild. See, I told you I'm gonna be messing up. And the game's lying to us. I mean, I guess the only silver lining is I can use this as a teaching moment. Anybody who doubts me that indirect damage reduction truly is capped out, you might be thinking, hey, the game told you, you just gained indirect damage reduction. And yeah, the game does say that, but I think that's just because the game is scripted to tell you that, and probably, realistically, the game doesn't expect you to stick with any one guild long enough to reach this point. So we missed out on some nice stat increases, which really annoys me. To no end. So the first thing we're going to do is hand in the forge mission. And would you look at that? We get our happy ending. Rune of Prophecies fully completed. Let's save. And hand in our Rune of Prophecies. And I am actually going to be getting my next Rune of Prophecies right now. Just gotta make sure. No arena combat. And you're asking me to do 2 pilgrimage missions. That's 2 strikes. That is 2 no-nos, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Runes of Prophecy. That basically mean I'm not gonna even bother attempting to do them. Arena combat is just annoying because, like, if the game had an arena mode which was endless and where you could also choose your own creatures, and if winning in that mode also counted for your arena objective in the Rune of Prophecies, then maybe I would do stuff at the Rune of Prophecies. But for now, I'm not really too keen on putting myself through this. Fuck this. Nope. 2 raid missions means you can fuck off. And it might seem like I'm wasting a bit of time, and arguably I am, but I think it's worthwhile just to make sure that you have a higher completion in your Rune of Prophecies. And you're not just being stymied by, like, really dumb Runes of Prophecies that are just gonna keep dragging behind you. Funny. Funny jokes, game. Game's got some jokes. How are we for time? We're not even at an hour and a half, so I feel okay spending a bit of time doing this, but it is getting a little old. Let's just maybe start wrapping this up, game. Fuck off, game. Not even gonna look at the rest of it. Not even gonna look at the rest of it. Just... It usually doesn't take this long to get a Rune of Prophecies that isn't garbage. Unfortunately, there is a lot of garbage in the Rune of Prophecies that probably nobody is actually doing, if we're being honest. This one, on the surface, seems fine. We gotta kill a god, Ariamaki. 17 enemies, which we'll do next. We gotta make sure we're running a training mission. Other than that, 3 riddle dwarves. We gotta do a bunch of gambling. In fact, we gotta gamble everything. We gotta do a bit of you know, play all of the riddle dwarf games. Ariamaki we can do right now. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy. We should also set our bounty. But first, let's just quickly do this. Alright, brother. Right. Let's do the gambling, and then... Did we need to hand in our goblet? No, we didn't. So let's start with the longest and most annoying. Just don't give me extra turns. Okay, good. Okay, good. You are the next longest. Oh, but we got the jackpot, motherfucker. And even with this newly optimized game in 2.0, like you just get so much stuff, like 7 pages of loot, that it still takes a little while for it to load. But over 50,000 of all of the resources isn't bad. All right. All right. All right. And finally, let's do this properly. First of all, I'll show you. Yes, you can see that the other stats are indeed going up. But indirect damage taken is stalled at 90%. If it was ever gonna go up, it would have gone up by now because the other ones have gone up multiple times. So it is hard capped at 90%, and I can understand why. Because if you could take it all the way to 100, obviously that would create balance issues. And then the other issue is these other two stats can potentially scale indefinitely. They could even go beyond 100%. And so even if you allowed the player to scale indirect damage taken reduction to 100, would you then let it scale past 100 to keep, so that it's in lockstep with these other stats? What would that even mean, right? So I can, this makes perfect sense, capping it like this. But what we need to do from now on is we need to only do bounties with the Life Guild, right? I'm gonna retcon it. I deliberately chose to start this bounty with the Nature Guild just so I could make sure people understood that there is a hard cap, just so that there aren't people who think, okay, maybe I can actually get 100% damage reduction, right? That's not a thing that is allowed normally in this game. There are other ways you can effectively stack a, invincibility by having a damage reduction so high that no enemy will ever breach it, but you can't just cheesily have a 100% nothing will ever damage me no matter what else I do kind of thing, which is fair, which I understand. Who do we want to fight? I don't know. How about let's do Hadronox? Let's do Hadronox, and then let us wrap up this episode. So what was accomplished? We only got one achievement, I imagine, and that would have been the Hell Knight achievement. We're getting pretty close to wrapping up the Hell Knight. And let's take a look at the achievement progress we made on some other things. Oh, we've got to start a new project as well. Let's start that project first, because otherwise I'm 100% gonna forget. What do we need? I don't know. I just like this. Right. Now let's take a look at some of the progress we made for creature parts. 6.59. Ooh, yeah, look at us go. We're racing along. Next, let's take a look at our character achievements. We did hand in our Rune of Prophecies right at the end. Felt pretty good. 12 more lines completed. And another rune handed in takes us to 404 and 3091 lines handed in. So that felt pretty nice. And now let's look at the realm achievements. This is the one that I was really interested in. For easy mode, we are past 90,000. In fact, getting pretty close to 91,000 refreshes at the teleportation shrine. It'll be a while before we get there, but it'll be when we get there, it'll be so good. We are also past 95,000 destructible objects destroyed. Wonderful. And we are also past well, I guess we're slightly under half of that for resource nodes, but we're also past 49,000 treasure chests. That one is going to be great because when that is crossed off, the the realms are going to get a lot easier and a lot quicker. Not easier, just quicker to get through, because we won't have to go out of our way to find chests anymore. And on top of that, because we'll be finding fewer chests, we'll have fewer nether stones to deal with. So it'll be like a double benefit in terms of speeding up the rest of our game. So I'm really looking forward to that. But we've got another 1,000 chests to go before that happens. But yeah. I think that is going to be all for this one. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and hope you'll join me for the next one. And until then, take care.